Okay, so I'll just read Genesis 11:2. Okay, so you just hopefully can understand that because apparently a lot of people tries to, you know. But anyway, Genesis 11:2, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east. They journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelled there. So where did they go? They went to Shinar. Where is Shinar? Well, we know where Shinar is. And in our days, I don't know in regards of Iraq in our days, in regards of it has been just, there's so many conflicts and all that, but pretty much in the area of Iraq. And then if you go east, you find Iran. So, yeah. So if it's in Iraq, in the area of Iraq that Shinar is, or Sumer, the first civilization and all that in regards of, and it says that they're coming from the east. How is the boat then on the northwest? And one of the translations they actually changed it because they, but it's in Turkey, right? So they changed the text. It's incredible just to agree with, the Turkey finding. Anyway, so to pass as they journeyed from the east, and they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelled there. Then he says to me, you're not talking about the ark. You're talking about people walking on the ground from the mountains of Ararat westward. Where does it say anything that they walked westward? It says they walked from the east. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's true, yeah. So, yeah, from the east, so they're walking west. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. So he's actually correct. You're not talking about the ark. You're talking about people walking on the ground from the mountains of Ararat westward. Yes. And if they are in Turkey and the mountain of Ararat, which is singular in Turkey, which actually is plural in the scriptures, but if they're walking westward from that mountain in Turkey, how are they going to end up in Shinar, which is southeast? Okay, it's a little hard to really, So he's saying, yeah, they're going westward. Yeah, they're going westward. Tick, 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 tick up here. What is going on? Come on. So they're going westward from the mountains, and you actually have the plural here, mountains of Ararat. Yeah, that's true. So if it's in Turkey, how did they end up in Shinar? Which is, another direction, If the boat in Turkey is the boat of Noah, if they went this way, how did they'll go this way? How did they end up down here? Well, maybe because it's not the boat of Noah. But anyway, oh, well, yeah. So he says the correct thing, yeah. You're talking about the ark. You're not talking about the ark. You're talking about people walking on the ground. But where do you think they walked from? He's actually saying they walked on the ground from the mountains of Ararat. Yeah, where is the boat of Noah to, it's just so, I don't know what's going on with this guy. This is just terrible. It's so... I don't know. Sometimes it's just, a wacky house. It's really a wacky house, Sometimes you just feel like, okay, they are in Shinar. They came from the east, right? So they're going westward, as you also say. How does the boat then? How does the boat of Noah then? How is it in Turkey when Shinar is down here and they're going westward from the mountains of Ararat, right? So. They're really going in the wrong direction, and yet he doesn't see it, he's actually saying, yeah, they're going, from the mountains of Ararat and they're going westward. Yes. So if they're going westward and the boat in regards to Turkey and the place of Shinar is southeast, and they're going west. Do you think there's a problem? Apparently not. Apparently not. I don't know how to get through sometimes, to people. It's just, if that is really, really hard to understand, I don't know. This should actually be, on child level, right? You have the boat here, right? And they end up down here, and the scriptures say they go west. They're coming from the east. They're going west. So how did they end up down here if they're going this direction? Maybe because that's the wrong place for the boat of Noah. Oh, anyway, it's just incredible. I don't sometimes when you're talking to people, I don't understand how they can't see it. That's and he's actually saying, actually. He's saying the correct thing. You're talking about people walking on the ground from the mountains of Ararat, westward, yeah. And they're walking from the place of Ararat, right? Yeah, okay. So if they're, let's just keep it to that in regards of Ararat. And you believe Ararat is in Turkey, right? Yeah. And they're walking westward, yeah, okay. So how did they end up in Shinar, which is southeast? I don't, what can you do, I remember another thing where they tried to make the place of Shinar actually be in Turkey instead of the place we know where it is, So instead of actually being the place where they just made, they've just built on the thing and to because they knew that it said that they went to the, came from the east. So they making up this thing, okay, so Shinar is actually up here in Turkey and not down in, and it's just, it gets tedious, I don't understand. Yeah, anyway, whatever. I really don't understand why the guy didn't want to. I thought there was a chance that this would, could actually work, It would have been a wonderful thing. Apparently just, yeah. I'm really getting into a lot of conflicts, I guess. Oh well. And then he banned me. He was like, give me a break. Began threatening of banning me and all that. And, it's like, hey, you added me, It's like, yeah. So, yeah, well. And it's just incredible. So, oh well. I would have expected that they might look at the things, but no. Let's not even look at the things. Let's just call him a fraud. That is nonsense and all that. And it's just whatever. And let's go on promote that Noah's Ark is in Turkey instead of following the scriptures. He's actually saying the truth there, regards to, they're going westward, and you believe that the mountain is in Turkey, right? And they're going westward, and where do they end up? Oh, they end up down here. Oh, and you don't see any problem with that. So they're going away from, the mountains, this way. And apparently they end up down here. And you don't see any problem with that. Really? I don't know what you can do at that point, I really don't know what one can do, Oh, well. So, anyway, that was just a little, I probably should stop complaining, I can complain all day in regards of all these things, I guess. And all the, the banning and the censoring and all that. I should just get going on making my own home website and all that and get that information on what I feel like is important and put that information on that webpage, There was a guy that also had some really great videos that also was freely available. Sadly, I can't remember his name. That would be nice to have as well. He really did some. He had also been in the cult before, so had some good information for sure in regards to creation and dinosaurs and the stories of the Bible. He really had collected. What is the guy's? Yeah, I can't remember what his name is, but he actually had made a lot of information. There was some a couple of them where they were concentrated with the. I can't remember his name, but I'll find him, I guess, at some point, and see if I can find the material. Sadly, I deleted the material after I've seen it because I didn't have that much space on the computer, and still pretty much don't have much space. But anyway, have a good one. I'll go now. It's just sad, and the guy even wants to if they would if they would just they could have him on the show. He was willing to go to the show, and speak what he knows. And in regards to the experiences and all that, he was willing to go on the show. The only thing that they would need to do was to say, yeah, let's have him on. Let's hear him out. We might not agree with him, but let's hear him out. Let's hear what he has to say. Does it sound good, or does it, instead of just, throwing it just on the floor as worthless. I just, whatever. Anyway, I'm done.